with Hatama Senpai and Muna Senpai. We were actually discussing about our MC. We're discussing what we were about to do. We were like, oh, what do you want to say? Is there any certain fan calls that you guys want to do? We were just discussing stuff while we were having lunch. Then across from our table was actually the EN table. There was Bibu, there was Kyla, there was Fuamuko, there was Nerissa. The whole Advent, actually, they were there. They're across from our table. Yeah. And as I was eating my lunch, I kind of felt like a sharp stare. Like, I kind of felt like someone is staring at me. Like, you know how that feels, right? Like, someone's actually watching. That sort of feeling. Yeah. So before I took a bite of my food, I kind of looked around, and in front of me, there I saw Nerissa. So to explain this in the best way, the way she sits, she has her back against me, is how she sits. So basically, she has her whole body twisted and turned around, and she's just staring at me. She literally went. Yeah. She was staring at me. She didn't say anything. She was just silently staring. Her big old blue orbs. And the thing was, nobody else noticed. It was just me. She was just staring at me and nobody actually saw the whole ordeal. And before I could say anything, all of a sudden, she takes out like a water bottle. And she started licking the tip of the bottle. She went, Huh? Ma'am? What's that? I have my spoon hovering just right in front of my mouth, but I couldn't eat because there she was, Nerissa Ravencroft, looking at me dead straight in the eyes, not saying a word, as she licked the water bottle. What are you implying? We're in public! The other senpais are here, Nerissa! Freaky ass bird. Yeah! And, well, I couldn't help but joke, right? And that's when Muna Senpai started to notice. Remember how I said that I was sitting with Hatama and Muna Senpai? Yeah. So Muna Senpai noticed that I was being kind of weird. And so she looked at me. And again, Muna Senpai, she has how it looks like, okay? I need to give you guys like a proper... So imagine this is a table. And then imagine that this is another table. So Muna Senpai is like sitting here, but she's looking over here. So the way she sits is she's... I'm trying to tell a story here! You guys mind? Please stop! Anyway, so Muna Senpai, she was sitting here with her back. So the way she was sitting is she... it was like this. She was facing that way. Well, I was over here sitting. And I was facing that way. And Nerissa's sitting over here. While she's like turned around like this, you know? Yeah, you get me? So she's sitting right here, and then Muna Senpai was sitting over here. And then basically, Muna Senpai started to notice that I was being, you know... She noticed that I was blushing and whatnot, so she asked me, Ollie, are you okay? And I'm like, well, I'm good. Just look behind you. And then she turns around. And then it becomes like that meme. You guys know that meme? The... Yeah, it became that meme. So every time Muna Senpai looks back, Nerissa's just being super safe. So she's just drinking. She's just eating her meal. Well, every time Muna Senpai doesn't look back, whenever she comes to stare back at me, Nerissa would look at me again and she would have like the bottle being licked. It was something. And then Hatama Senpai, I think Hatama Senpai was like over here. And the funny thing was, you see, Hatama Senpai was facing that way also, right? But she was so into her food that every time she comes to stare at Nerissa, she'd always be say-so, and whenever she's back eating again, and whenever Muna Senpai isn't looking, Nerissa would just look at me again while licking the bottle. It's very hard to explain, but that girl was flirting with me and nobody noticed. I felt like I was in an animation meme or something. No one will believe you for real. For real, people. And then she gaslighted me. Nerissa gaslighted me. I kept on saying, Nerissa's being weird. And then Nerissa's like, what? Me? Weird? Nah, she's making things up. She's being weird. Did you guys not see it? She gaslighted the people and they just thought that I was weird when she was the one licking the water bottle. The Ollie that cried Nerissa. Yeah, so that was a thing. That happened. Still a little bit bamboozled. But you know what? It's fine. I swear I'm not crazy. I'm not, okay? I'm not crazy. I mean, I am. That's my name, but no. Like back, bro. Oh, dear. Don't say it that way. People will think that I'm fumbling again.
I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. Bless me.